Welcome back to another episode of the Shoujo podcast, where I, Sarah, introduce my friend Joe to shoujo anime genre, typically targeting a demographic of young girls. And so Joe has not seen it, and I am showing him it. And hence shoujo. And today we are covering episodes 28, 29, and 30 of Revolutionary Girl Utena. But before we jump into our coverage of that, let's catch up. Hit us, Joe. What's up? What's going on? Anything exciting?
In my Disney watch, we finally got 1/3 of all the Disney movies that we currently need to watch because there is 123. So we watched movie number 41, which is The Lion King.
We're in the 90s now.
Yeah.
I guess a lot came out recently?
Disney both started releasing more movies and also purchased more studios. Which adds to the counter because we're going to get Pixar. We're going to get some of the subdivisions that released a bunch of side movie stuff. So there is a lot of movies that are going to be coming out. So that all counts to our watch.
Idea was it originally to do this? You like to make work for everyone, or this is
you're describing this
decision?
As work and not as a fun thing we all do together as good buddies and friends, you know?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yes, there's a Wikipedia page we're going off of, basically.
Okay.
And everything that isn't the like Touchstone's their publishing arm, so we're not really counting that because it's not really their movie. They're publishing it. So yeah. That's Pixar especially starts releasing just a ton of movies for no reason recently, like in the last 10 years, as opposed to when they started. So yeah, lots and lots of movies. But we hit The Lion King. We did it.
Yeah, and thoughts, feelings. Did you cry when his dad died?
No.
Hey, we're switching it around. Finally, it's the daddy's toast. Enough of the mothers being the ones taken out.
Yeah, she just basically wasn't in it. As
absentee mother, just one.
It's great. I love Timon and Pumbaa. They're awesome. That's my take.
Are you guys gonna watch Lion King 1.5? I
don't think so because we're only watching it if it has a theatrical release, and I don't think that did.
Dang, you don't think so?
No.
Okay.
Thumbs Up did have a theatrical release, like Return to Neverland did, so we are gonna have to watch that, and The Jungle Book 2, which looks terrible, but it did get a theatrical release, so we're gonna have to watch that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Weird. Oh, but I also watched The Lion King 1.5.
Yeah, it's good. And then everyone or maybe I get weird Instagram reels, but it's everyone's first crush was the boy in Lion King 2, the boy lion.
I have never seen The Lion King
something.
2. Never seen it.
Okay. Well,
I'm missing out.
Apparently, I vaguely remember him. But I think it seems to be a popular. I would say, I identify more with. I don't know if you've ever watched Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. It was a Netflix show back in the 2010s. But basically, the premise is she's a girl who gets snatched in the 90s and held in a bunker, and then is. They're saved, and so this is a girl who's been stuck in.
Oh yeah, I think I did watch some
mindset
of that.
So all her references are old and this and that, and she talks about Robin Hood from the Disney movie made her feel something. I was I also thought Robin Hood from the Disney animated movie was cute.
Did he make you a furry? Because I know that's a entry point for some people.
Oh really? No,
I don't know.
No, I am not a furry, or at least I've not discovered that part. And I haven't discovered my persona if I was.
Okay.
But yeah.
Sing. Okay. But yeah, so I watched
what
that.
Else you got?
What else I got? I started playing Star Fox Command, the DS game.
Mm-hmm.
That's Star Fox, and I hate it. It's bad. You know how I complained last time about how it's not great when you have Star Fox walking around on the ground?
Yeah, in the space stuff.
Yeah, so what's even worse is they had this one mode in Star Fox 64 called all range mode, where you basically move around in a giant box, right? And you have to shoot stuff, but it's awkward because you're just kind of, the box isn't that big, so you're kind of just turning all the time, and it makes it hard to aim and shoot stuff because you're trying to like lead and track things, right? Well, that's this entire game. Every level is an all range mode, so you're always turning around in a little box, but you can't move your ship with the D-pad because it's a DS game. You have to drag your thing across the screen to move, and it's terrible. And also, they've added another thing, which is to make it difficult, because so far it's not that hard. They have a time limit now. So you have to beat everything within a time limit. So you have to, like, I spend most of my time trying to pick up like clock extensions to give myself more time, because it's so hard to move around this. You move really slowly and it's hard to aim, and it's a disaster. It's a disaster game. I will say they do add more characters in it though, and there are more women in it besides the one. So that's fun.
Okay.
At least.
At least there's that. But then, of course, this game sucks. So they're going to be like, it sucks because they added all these female characters.
I think it's pretty clear it sucks because it's on the DS. I think that there's no ambiguity about why it sucks.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I've been up to. Did I do anything else? Oh, I watched the first 2 episodes of Invincible, the superhero TV show.
Okay, what brought that about?
I'm just watching some stuff with one of my friends, and we're like,
okay,
oh, there's a new season of this. Should we start watching this? Neither of us had ever seen it. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, yeah, we can watch it.
What do you think so far?
Well,
I'm watching the current season right now. And we just had an episode that I kept having to look away because it was like, why are we lingering on this horribly gruesome thing for so long?
I think it's weird. It has a lot of pacing problems. Also, the first season, clearly, they don't have a budget. So a lot of the animation looks pretty bad. Like when he's flying around, it's very clear they're just dragging a JPEG around the screen. And like there are some messed up looking 3D characters in the background.
Yeah. I don't think it's ever been known for having good animation.
So that's been a little distracting.
Comparing it.
But I
see reels comparing it to anime, where like the anime has a way smaller budget but looks way better than the like Invincible stuff. So I don't know what they're up to at Amazon, but
yeah, it's like, I don't know, their background stuff looks worse than early Ruby stuff, in my opinion. It's pretty bad.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I mean, that's not the biggest problem. I can kind of overlook a lot of that stuff. But the real problem is that the pacing and storytelling is just kind of weird. Like, so much happens, but also nobody reacts in a way that convinces me that these people actually live in a world. So it's just very odd, you know? Because it's like, oh, there's a scene and like a bunch of people get killed on screen in front of all these people, and then they just go to school the next day and they're like, do you think she likes me? I'm like, dude, you just witnessed, like, you just went to D-Day yesterday, and now it's like you just go back to your normal life. It makes no sense to me.
The hormones are strong in teenagers.
It's very odd. It's really weird. But I guess I'll keep watching it. I don't know. I don't dislike it. It's just like I don't know what to feel about it because it's just throwing stuff at you all the time.
Yeah, I agree. It is kind of like the pacing is strange. Like the seasons don't really feel like they go together. And I haven't read the graphic novel, so I don't know how true this is to the original format or not. But yeah,
well,
got good voice actors. J.K. Simmons in there. That's good.
Yeah, they have a lot of celebrity voice actors, it seems like, which is okay.
I guess maybe that's where the budget's going.
I would say. So one of the things we did so my friends have started tormenting me, which is after we watched the Disney movie, we watched the version of the songs that's from the live action thing that they made. So I got to watch the quote unquote live action Lion King songs. Abysmal. They're terrible. They're so bad.
It's not live action, though.
I know it's not. It's actually on our list because it's the Disney Animation Studio that made it. So yeah, it's not live action, but they tried to make it realistic, which means there's no whimsy or joy in it at all. And they keep making like fourth wall breaking comments, and I hate it.
Yeah, and that's got a lot of celebrities in it too.
That's all it is.
Take you out of it for sure.
It's terrible. Anyway,
man,
I had a bad time. I guess it sounds like I had a bad time. All right, well, how's it going with you?
Good. I've been watching a bit more anime. There's the new season of anime has started, and so I watched the first 2 episodes of Witch Hat Atelier. Atelier? How do you say that?
I say Atelier, but I think it's probably wrong.
Okay. Yeah. I watched the dub. It throws me off when there's with Kifri. His English dub voice is like British, and it's throwing me off a little. But I watched the first 2 episodes of Demons of the Shadow Realm, and that's really good. I watched it twice actually. So I'm really excited for that series. It's the one by the Full Metal Alchemist artist.
Cool. You're getting it. Now you have almost enough information to vote in the anime awards, huh? Actually, I guess those are 2 new.
They're 2 new, yeah.
You can vote next year.
That's right, next year. But yeah, it's good. I was telling you earlier off I don't know, off the recording. I don't know how to say this. Went live band karaoke. I sang Self-Esteem by The Offspring. Not well, but
yeah.
I did it. And it was fun. And then, yeah.
Your go-to?
But no. I feel like I sing something different. You know what? Pokemon theme song is normally my type, but this is like,
oh, okay.
I think it was the first time they were doing a live band thing here, so there wasn't that many people. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to hit with this crowd, so I'll just do a different song. And this old guy was like, oh, great song choice. I was like, yeah, freaking scoring points with the dad rock
That's
crowd.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun. And then we all went to like this bar afterwards and met some people. I was telling you, it's like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre or like Silence of the Lambs or something themed bar here in Austin.
That's wild.
Yeah, so it was crazy. We were just hanging out in a trailer with a bunch of like severed doll heads and there was like a bridal party there. So they're all like, oh, do you have any advice? And I was like, do I have any advice? I think I said something along the lines of like, make sure you know yourself first before getting into a relationship or some crap like that. But yeah,
you weren't like,
it was fun.
Swiss bank account.
I should have said. No, I don't want I don't know. They're all girly girls, so I didn't want to. I don't know how well that would have landed either. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun. And then I went on a date yesterday, which was good. And crazy. On this date, we went to this bar, and then literally the next day or today, I go into the office on Mondays, and there's a guy who works at the same building as me who I had met the previous night. I was like, oh, it's a small world. He was like eavesdropping on this date, and we walked up, and he's like, oh man, that was the worst date I've ever seen, and then he didn't give us the details, so I got the details this morning. But yeah, so super social. I've been bad. I didn't run this last week. Bad, Sarah. Shame on me.
Bad.
Yes. But yeah, other than that, just chilling. We've got a good set of episodes to talk about today. No shenanigans this time. Or at least not from Nanami. We got people pulling stunts, but not, yeah.
Yeah, not in it. Really.
Mm-hmm. But I guess you have possibly our last 2 new voice actors.
Our last 2, because we get 2 new characters this time, it seems like an odd time to introduce some new people, but we got them. So we're gonna start with our new boy who's going to be in these first 2 episodes. Ruka is voiced by Nozomu Sasaki. He is the voice of Johann Liebert in Monster, which I think is one of the main guys in that series that people like, but I have never seen. He's also the voice of Tsubasa in Captain Tsubasa, like the guy. It's like a soccer series. It's about soccer, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. He's also Yusuke in Yu Yu Hakusho. The main guy.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. He's Mello in Death Note. He's Hathaway in Char's Counterattack and some of the Hathaway movies. He's Ariel Hiragizawa in Cardcaptor Sakura. Is that somebody?
Oh, okay. That's the guy who the school in Angelic Layer is named after, because that in that one it's Ariel Academy. Yeah, he's like a third act kind of character in that show as well. And cool guy.
And he's Tetsuo in Akira. You know, Tetsuo.
I haven't seen that.
Okay. Pretty important character
to me. Okay.
It looks great, but yeah,
psychic one.
Yeah.
Or is it the bike guy? Okay. I'm assuming those are the two. Or is it just one? I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm a failure as an anime fan.
Yeah. It's okay.
Anyway.
We can watch Akira. Oh, maybe we should make us watch that. A good movie.
That'd be good.
Yep. It's pretty good there. Our second voice actor is the voice of Miss Otori, or Kanai's mom, as I refer to her, who is in like 2 scenes, but is technically a new character. And so we have her on the list. She is voiced by Yujo Somi. She is Lisberg Diethel in Shaman King. I don't know who that is, but that's on there. Did you ever watch Shaman King?
I read a good chunk of the manga, but the hair bothers me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She's Nevola in Witch from Mercury, Mobile Suit Gundam Witch from Mercury, who's like one of the heads of the companies that's like the board is just like 5 women, all wearing weird headgear. She's one of them.
That's right. Yeah, I remember that.
She is Natasha Radinov from Gunsmith Cats. She's Tokiko Shigure from AI The Somnium Files Nirvana Initiative, which is the sequel game, which I liked pretty well. She's Lady Clarissa from Octopath Traveler 2. Have you ever played any of those?
No, I have not.
Okay. And she is Oliver Armstrong from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
That's the
blonde lady.
Muscle bald one. Okay, it's the girl.
It's the sister
of him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. She also just does like a bunch of like the voice acting for like older women. She does a lot of dubbing. So she is like dubbing Sandra Oh. She's dubbing Julia Stiles in the Bourne movies. It's a lot of that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, exciting. We're near the end. I think I'm almost done voice actors.
Crazy.
But maybe that makes sense because we are on episode 28, which is called Whispers in the Dark. We open on Juri staring out into the lake thinking about her feelings. We cut to fencing practice where a mysterious student, Ruka Tsuchiya, is suiting up while Juri is beating everybody else on the fencing team. And Utena and Anthe are also watching this. Eventually, it's Mickey's turn to face Juri, but suddenly a tall blue-haired boy cuts in line and challenges Juri in his place. Juri, who seems to recognize this boy, seems kind of nervous. They have a match, and the new guy wins by being slightly faster. He taunts her a little bit, and Juri is like, yeah, I thought it was you, Captain. And we cut to a student council meeting where Juri explains that Ruka, the fencing captain, is back at school. And Nanami and Miki are like, wait, aren't you the captain? But Juri's like, I'm just acting captain. Ruka shows up to the meeting because he's on the student council, I guess. Yep.
I was going to say, that's need to know information. Top secret captain business.
That's right.
And yep, here he is.
He shows up to the meeting and tells Nanami that he was away because he was sick. And Juri clearly hates this guy. He gives them a letter from End of the World and says that he's not happy with the student council's performance. We see that he has a dueling ring, and they ask if he's going to duel, and he says he's going to indulge in being a regular student for a while. We cut to Ruka flirting with women on the fencing team while other girls watch on, including Shiori. Later that evening, Shiori Shiori goes to Ruka's locker and sort of like embraces it, I guess.
Yeah.
She is surprised when Ruka shows up, and she jumps, which causes, and I'm pretty sure this is correct, it causes Juri's locker to open and her saber to fall out of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because they like pan to show that hers is right next to his. But if you look at the shot, it looks like the one in front of her is the one that opens. And yeah, so I think that's what's happening here, which is brutal.
Gotcha.
Ruka grabs the saber thinking it's Ruka, or no, I'm sorry. Shiori grabs Ruka's, the saber thinking that it's Ruka's, and Ruka tells her, and asked her if she was the one who was been polishing his saber while he was gone. Wow, this was a hard sentence to say. He's like, hey, you were the one who's been polishing my sword while I was gone in the hospital all this time. And Shiori's like, yes, that was me. And Ruka leans in to kiss her. It's the next day, and Shiori and Ruka go to school together. Juri sees them and asks to talk to Ruka. They talk at that bench by the lake, and Ruka reminisces about how this is where he first taught her how to fence. Juri's like, yeah, that's cool. Hey, so I know you're the fencing captain and a duelist and everything, but like, I need you to back off of Shiori. And he's like, why? And Juri gets some flashbacks before saying that Shiori's a precious friend to her. Ruka's like, yeah, that's cool. It's cool that you're looking out for your friend, but this is just like a normal high school relationship, so don't worry about it. And then he leaves. Lieutenant Anthe, go to bed. Lieutenant asks about Ruka and how good he is at fencing. He's like, wow, this guy he's pretty good at fencing, huh? And Anthe's like, you seem trouble. And Lieutenant's like, yeah, I'm probably going to duel this guy because I know how the episodes work. Shouldn't say that. But Utena says she's nervous about something instead. We got to Shiori running late at night to rendezvous with Ruka by the fountain at school. They embrace while Juri in her like luxurious nightgown looks on, clutching her locket.
She returned with a fancy nightgown.
She's doing herself no favors.
Signature look.
Ruka and Shiori kiss while Ruka looks directly at Juri, and Juri thinks that he knows everything. Sometime later, Juri tries to tell Shiori that it would be better off if she didn't see Ruka and that he's not really trustworthy, but Shiori cuts her off and tells her that she's the worst, which shocks Juri. She's like, you're getting in my way.
I know. I don't like Shiori. I'm like, freaking nothing flattering about you at all in this set of episodes.
Well, you know who else doesn't like Shiori? Since Ruka. But we don't get that payoff till later. Later that night, Shiori goes to see Ruka by the fountain, but is shocked to see Toga instead. Toga goes into his little spiel about seeing the end of the world, and the car appears behind them in the fountain. We cut to Akio driving, with Shiori and Ruka in the back seat. Ruka tells her that he's taking her to a great place. She's an adult now, and everything in the world can be theirs. They appear to start undressing while talking about how they will gain the power to make the world theirs.
These episodes are scandalous.
Akio speeds up the car and does the thing where he rides on top of it.
I'm like, they're freaking boning in the back.
Like, kinda. They're doing something. It's at least first base.
Yeah.
It's the next day, and Ruka and Shiori come to Utena and Anthe in the rose garden. Shiori picks up a rose, and they challenge Utena to a duel. We get the Kashira Shadow Troop. They do a skit where two girls are unable to catch a fish, even though there appears to be several fish in the sea. Utena goes to the dueling arena. She and Anthe are met by Ruka and Shiori, and Ruka tells her that he's a pretty good duelist. And Utena's like, yeah, we'll see. But then Ruka laughs and says that maybe he won't be able to win. And Utena's like, okay. They draw their swords and the duel begins. Ruka wonders aloud if he can win while Shiori rides around in the car. And Utena's like, that's a weird thing to say in a duel, man. But Ruka says that he still intends to win. Despite what he says, he's still pretty good. And Utena is kind of having a rough time. Ruka sees Anthe praying in the background and seems to understand something as the power of the prince fills Utena and she wins the duel. This time, winning the duel takes on a very distinct image of Shiori crashing the car headfirst into a wall, while Ruka just kind of looks on, while having appeared to suffer no damage.
Whereas every other time, both participants have been...
Yep.
Wiped out, yeah.
Shiori, clutching her head, tells Ruka that they can try again. She knows that they can do better next time, but Ruka tells her that there isn't going to be a next time. They can't win because his Rose Bride is too weak. Shiori plays with him, saying that she's dedicated to them. She's like, remember how I polished your sword? But Ruka reveals that he just made that up and she just went along with it, which is extremely funny to me.
Yeah, mortifying.
Later, Ruka meets up with Juri, and she scolds him for getting involved with Shiori, but he says that it was their choice. She's got her own free will. He starts to leave, and Juri asks him what he's after, but he walks away as we cut to credits.
Okay, because this is not the same guy that they had the history with, where Shiori.
No,
right?
This is not the same guy. This is a different guy.
I was bringing.
I think it's a different guy.
Yeah. I think so as well.
Yeah.
Because we saw him in a flashback and it did not look like this guy.
He did not have blue hair, yeah.
No. Although Mickey even was a little blushy when he saw him. So I think he's like, oh, look at this guy. It's the hot blue-haired guy on the student council versus Kitty, Mickey.
Yep. Yeah, so there we go. We got this episode.
Wild. Yeah.
We got how do you feel about a new guy being introduced?
I was like, he's like copying Toga's look with the one side of the multicolored streak in the hair.
That's true.
He's basically just a Toga clone, kind of.
Kind of.
Girls going crazy and Playboy and all this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I feel like I had a train of thought and I'm losing. Oh, is this the first time we hear one of the other people reference the second person as their bride? Like, it's implied, but this is the first time we're hearing it being acknowledged that it's like their version of Anthe. Obviously, it seems to be the case with but then it's like, cool, Mickey, your bride's your sister.
I don't think they refer to it as that. No. I think they just showed up dressed like that. But yeah, this is the first.
Yeah.
Like, it appears that Ruka understands something more about the duels than anybody else has, except for Toga, right? Like, he's more in on it than like anybody else in the student council is.
And he just showed up, which just means they're a bunch of dumbasses. They've been here the whole time and haven't gone on.
It wasn't even that hard. This guy figured it out in 10 seconds.
Yeah. I guess he just noticed that Anthe is like rooting for Utena, and the Shiori thing was just surface level. Yeah.
There's they have an actual connection. Like, you're actually using teamwork in the duels. You don't just need somewhere in there to pull the sword out.
Yeah.
Like, the Rose Bride does do something.
Yeah.
Besides ride around in a car.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Whatever the deal with that is. This continues into the next episode. Yeah. I liked that. Normally it's like, drop it like it's hot. Forget this ever happened. But I'm liking that we're getting more.
Yeah.
And I really like the setting with the bench and the like crisscrossing thing with Juri and Ruka. Like, that scene, that area is really cool looking.
Yeah. It's interesting how, this is clearly like a two-parter. You can't really tell from the titles, which I think is a little weird. But this is
normally they imply in the title.
Ruka goes into this fight assuming he's going to lose the whole time, which is why he kept being like, I wonder if I win. And Utena's like, why do you keep saying that? Which I thought was very funny. But yeah, so we can go to the next one and just talk about these two as a unit, because that's going to be easier to do.
Sweet.
Episode 29 is called Azure Paler Than the Sky. We open on a slight recap of last episode where Ruka rejects Shiori. At school, Ruka very publicly rejects Shiori again after she makes a big scene begging him to stay.
Oh, God, it's a bad look, girl.
It's bad. It's in the courtyard. Everyone's looking. She ugly cries afterwards. Not good. Everyone watches this except Juri, who tries not to see. Some time passes and Shiori stops coming to school. Utena goes to talk to Juri, asking her if she's going to do anything about Shiori, but Juri says it's not her business. And Utena's like, but you're friends. And she's being treated like dirt, man.
Hey, Utena, mind your own business. Get out of here, girl.
That's basically what Juri says.
Not your job. Get the hell. Utena. Out of control.
Utena and Anthe go to bed, and Utena asks Anthe about Juri and why she isn't doing anything. And Anthe comments that Juri might be having complicated feelings about all of this. Imagine some complexity. Once again, Anthe comes close to telling Utena about something that has been bothering her, but she does not do it again. It's later, and we see that Shiori has been leaving Ruka a lot of voicemails so she can hear his voice.
Oh, God. It's bad. Blech.
Elsewhere, Akio, Toga, and Ruka are driving on the highway, and Ruka thinks about how a way to beat Utena, knowing that he can't beat her by himself. Juri goes to see Shiori in her dorm, but Shiori asks if she's just come to laugh at her. Shiori says she isn't going to come crying to Juri, so don't even bother. Like, you're not gonna look down on me again. Later, Juri talks to Ruka and asks him to take Shiori back. And he's like, but Bert, you just told me last episode that I shouldn't be getting with her, and now you're telling me I need to get back with her? He gets annoyed and says he isn't going to do it. And he's like, look, it's nice that you're looking out for your friend, but she kind of sucks and is a liar.
Yeah, she does.
I don't know if you've noticed this. I don't want somebody like that. Juri's like, fuck you, man. What's your problem, dude? And Ruka tells her that none of this is her problem. And he doesn't have to do what she says. So whatever. Leave me alone. Juri rushes him, trying to punch him, but he catches her fists and then forces her against the wall.
What is this called again? This is like a thing.
Pinning somebody to the wall?
Yeah, there's like a Japanese term for it because it's such a trope.
Oh, but that's like where you put your arm out, right? I don't think you literally pin them to the wall like this.
Okay, I guess not.
This is you're pinning somebody to the wall in a way that seems like you were about to do something bad to them, which he does.
Yep.
He tells her that he thinks he'd like to date her now, and she's like, shut up. But he tells her to stop resisting and then forcibly kisses her.
Ah.
This goes on for a little bit, but then Juri bites him and shoves him away. He slowly wipes his mouth and then reveals that he has somehow taken her locket off during that. He's about to stomp on it, but Juri slaps him and clutches the locket on the floor, hunched over.
Mm-hmm. Desperate.
Yeah. Ruka looks down on her and says, actually, maybe he will take Shiori back, and then comments that Juri must really hate him, huh? He starts to leave, but Juri challenges him to a duel, saying that if she wins, you'll have to do what I say and get back with Shiori, and if you win, I'll just do whatever. And he's like, okay. We see them start the duel by the lake as we cut to the eye catch, because we're not going to see the end of this right now. We return after the duel where Ruka, who has clearly won, tells her that she's a very talented fencer. He starts to do Toga's bit about hearing the end of the world, but then tag teams Toga in so he can deliver the final line as the Otori card pulls into frame. This is so funny to me.
This is weird. This is bizarre. He's truly just a clone of Toga.
Toga is no, this is my one thing I do in the episode. Ruka's even I was waiting for you, man. You took forever. I started without you. It's very funny. Ruka tells Juri to get in the car, and him, and Akio start driving down the road. In the car, Ruka plays recordings of Shiori through the car radio. I guess I should note that Ruka's in the front seat now, or in the passenger seat, and Juri's in the backseat, because they are not that close. Ruka tells Juri that she has the potential to be a better duelist than Utena, and the two of them should beat her and gain the power of miracles. Juri asks if all the stuff with Shiori was just to set this up, and he says success requires some sacrifice. Juri gets angry and tells him that Shiori isn't some pawn in some game, but then Ruka quotes to Juri the line, believe in miracles and they will know your feelings, and then attributes that line to her.
Which she got it from Shiori. But she says it so often, I guess, that it's become a line for her. Juri decides to say that she doesn't need her feelings to be realized. She only wants the power to release Shiori from Ruka, and that's it. And then she agrees to work with him, and Ruka, after a moment, also agrees. Akio does the car flip thing and drives down the highway. This was very funny. After this, kind of tense, exchange. Yeah, for real.
We cut to later, where Juri challenges a confused Utena to a duel. We get Absolute Destiny Apocalypse, and Utena and Anthe go to the dueling arena. There, they meet Ruka and Juri kind of, sadly walks over to Ruka. And it's awful.
It is terrible.
It's so bad.
This freaking sucks.
They do their sword pulls. The duel begins, and we get interspersed shots of Juri's duel earlier with Ruka alongside her current duel with Utena, and I'm just going to describe them all as one thing. So I'm going to talk about the duel with Ruka first. Juri does a terrible job fighting this guy. He's kind of just running circles around her. Ruka, during the fight, Ruka tells her that for them, miracles can only come with sacrifice, but for people like Shiori, they just come naturally to them, and that it's unfair, and they're mad about it. In her duel with Utena, she's doing much better, and Ruka is acting like her instructor. He's not in the car. He's just standing there, telling her things to do and commenting on the fight. Because that's his version of teamwork, which I guess kind of works. However, Utena summons the power of Dios, and her and Juri strike at each other. Instead of a car crashing, though, we see that Utena has struck Juri's locket, which shatters on the ground, while Utena is sent rolling across the arena. Juri stumbles around like she's been stabbed. And she realizes...
Her heart has been stabbed.
She realizes what happened and grabs the rose from her pocket and throws it down, surrendering the duel. It starts to rain.
So she did beat Utena.
She did... Well, Utena's fine. I mean, she went flying.
Yeah.
Once again, Juri loses in an unconventional way.
Yeah.
It starts to rain while everybody stands there. Ruka goes up to Juri and tells her that it's going to be all right, and she does not respond. Sometime later, Juri repeats that it'll be all right to herself in an empty room. Nanami and Miki go and watch fencing practice and talk about how Juri is captain again and that Ruka has been missing from school. A girl at the fencing club gets hurt, and Juri goes to visit her in the hospital. She leaves the hospital, and in the hallway, we get the Kashira Shadow Troop, who talk about how a patient died yesterday, and they're like, oh, poor guy, he always talked about how much he loved fencing, and insisted on going back to school for a few days, even though he was totally gonna die. There must have been like a girl in his fencing club that he loved or something, and he always said he wanted to give her the power of miracles to free her for something. That's weird. And the camera pans, and we see that Juri is just standing there listening to them.
That doesn't excuse your behavior, young man.
Juri walks home while a voiceover of her dictating a letter to Ruka asking what he hoped to gain from obtaining the power of miracles, and saying that she hopes that one day the girl he likes feelings will reach him. While on screen, we see that Shiori is waiting for Juri and runs after her as we cut to credits.
Okay, can you elaborate or enlighten me on this ending part? Why is she hanging around Juri now?
Okay, it's a good question. I don't really know.
She's freaking crazy.
What? So the thing with Juri, like her whole deal is that Juri can't make any progress. She's totally stuck, right? They're all kind of stuck. Like Shiori's also kind of stuck, you know?
Yeah.
Because they clearly have some kind of connection, right? Like, and not just that Juri likes Shiori, which is obvious, but Shiori also has like certain feelings about Juri that she expressed in the Black Rose saga.
In the confessional.
Where she's like, oh, Juro is like down on me and I hated her for doing that, which kind of shows up at the beginning of this episode, right? Where she's like, oh, you just came here to like laugh at me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we know that that's not really her feelings on it. Her feelings are like she doesn't really quite understand what's going on. And like how she feels about certain things. Juri knows how she feels and doesn't move to... It's just pushing them all down, right? Because like her whole thing in the car is like, oh, my feelings don't need to be realized. I don't need to ever process them or even like move from this spot, really. She's just kind of stuck. And then we have Ruka, who is like a guy who likes Juri and wants to help her, but because he is hanging out with Toga and Akio, only knows how to help people by exploiting them and trying to obtain power forcefully. And by doing that, destroys any chance he has at any amount of happiness. And then he just dies alone.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's okay. So in this scenario, Juri was the bride in the dynamic.
No,
but she was then no. Okay, so he was the bride.
Well, okay, so I mean, okay, so there's like the dueling function, right? Where it's like in the terms of dueling, he's the bride and she's the duelist. Okay. But when he's the bride, well, no, because when he's the bride, he's still like authoritative, right? Like he is not like when Anthe is the bride, she is like supportive, whereas he is instructive. You know, a very like male version of that.
Yeah. Well, because it's like in the Black Rose, it was except for the kid, I think it was all like female duelists. So now if it's like they then become the bride, but we only got like 9 episodes after this. We don't got time. People. How are we gonna wrap this up? Oh,
well, I don't know. I mean,
we still have another episode to talk about here today, but
yeah. I like these episodes. I like Juri's stuff. These episodes I feel like are good because it stretches Juri's entire arc like across the different sagas or seasons or whatever. Yeah. And I really like that. I think it's interesting
it seems like I was just gonna say I guess we kind of get some with Miki, but I feel like this is the one that's the best explored, like better even than Utena's feelings on things. It's like I feel like this is the character that we know the most about. How they feel and what they're dealing with. Yeah.
I mean, this is interesting because it's more about the approach, right? It's like how Juri is approaching this, which is she's just trying to be as hands-off as possible, which I think is interesting that they need to introduce a character to get her to do something, because otherwise she's just going to tread water forever. Like that is explicitly her plan. Is I'm not going to try to get over Shiori. I'm not going to try to get with Shiori. I'm going to do nothing and just hope it isn't a problem.
Well, I guess normally, maybe this is a struggle that a lot of people dealing with their sexuality have, where it's like there's kind of inaction, but the progression of time kind of like tears or, puts distance between you and the situation. But if this is like a weird time warp thing, then she can't. Is that?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, maybe, right? I mean, like this, the whole thing is that like everybody's not dealing with their problems, right? Like nobody's dealing with like the fundamental things going on. I mean, there's also the dynamic that like Juri's gay, and I don't know if anybody else is gay. I don't know if everybody's cool with you being gay. I don't think she's openly gay, particularly.
Yeah.
Not that anybody ever comments on her, really. So
no.
It's, I mean, Toga seems to know, but he's like the worst guy ever, so who cares? But that plays some interesting stuff in here as well, because I don't really know how, like, there's like an extra layer of like, I can't confess my feelings to somebody because it also could potentially be dangerous to me in like a secondary way.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Yeah. That makes it hard. Juri is so sad in these episodes and it bums me out.
It truly, yes. Very much so. But her hair sure is pretty.
Yeah, got that nightgown on. She needs to get rid of that locket. She needs the end of the episode where Shiori runs over her. I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna be part of your life forever. She's gonna torment you. I mean, on one hand, it's like
for real.
Ruka is almost kind of right in his diagnosis of like the problem Juri has is that she keeps hanging around Shiori. Like she needs to leave.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's the worst guy ever, and therefore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only can express.
Like even when she was, when Shiori wasn't at the school, it's not like that distance did anything for Juri's progress away from it. She was still just dwelling on the past.
Yeah.
And now she's right up in her business.
Yep. It's bad. It's bad. Ruka.
Yep.
Ugh. What a. If only you were normal.
He's dead now, so why?
Yeah. I mean, I do like how you can like rewatching the episodes being like, oh, I know that Ruka is like in love with Juri the whole time. Really contextualizes a lot of stuff about why he's such an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's good. That's good writing. That's a good touch.
It is.
Also, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't give me any sympathy for him.
No, but I am like, oh, this is why you're like forcing yourself on her, is because like this is the only way you're ever gonna get this.
Yeah, a reaction, something. Yeah.
Yeah.
The good first two episodes, and the last one's also got some crazy ass shit going on.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about this last one. Are you ready to talk about this last one, which maybe has more consequences going forward?
Yeah. Yep. Yes. Let's do it.
All right. Episode 30 is called The Barefoot Girl. We open on Wakaba talking to a boy in class about how you shouldn't lie about your relationship experience because it creates mistrust. Utena thinks about her own relationship experience, which consists solely of that one time her prince kissed her.
You were a child, girl. I don't think that's a romantic experience.
Akio bakes a cake and Utena compliments him. Wakaba and Anthy show up, and Wakaba layers on the same compliments that Utena just gave him earlier, and Utena kind of snipes her over it. Utena reminds Wakaba that Akio is engaged, and Wakaba's like, I don't see a ring on it yet, though, so... Is he really off the market? Utena's like, and we get the first of many shots of 3 candles that are on this cake. Remember, 3 candles, folks. 3 strikes and you're out. Yeah. They should have been playing baseball in this one. Wakaba tells Utena that if she doesn't loosen up once in a while, she'll never fall in love. We jump to Utena being castigated in the halls by her teacher and vice principal over how she dresses like a boy and doesn't follow the rules. She should wear nice ruffled skirts, they say to her. Actually, specifically the vice principal guy, the vice principal says this, and it sucks.
Indeed it does. Utena clocks him for it too.
Yep.
Like, I wonder who made that rule, huh?
Akio shows up and throws his weight around as the acting chairman. He takes Utena away and tells the teacher and the vice principal that they should be more lenient on the students and allow them to be individualistic. Utena and Akio walk together, and Akio tells Utena that he admires her style and wanted to help her out with the teachers. He says that she has a very noble sense about her, and she's like, ooh. We see that...
She loves that word noble.
Yeah.
Just like her prince.
We see that Anthy is watching this interaction from the birdcage. Akio continues, saying that he'll look out for her as Anthy, no, as my special friend. And this causes Utena's heart to beat and the candles to flutter. Ooh.
I gotta say, I've never called anyone my special friend.
Well, maybe you should start.
That's not a good thing. No, I don't think so.
Akio takes Utena to see his car, and she's like, I feel like I've been seeing that car around a lot. And he's like, it's a very popular model this year. And like the funniest exchange that's happened in the show. It's so funny.
Single-handedly just burning all the fossil fuel, that guy.
Wakaba shows up and accuses Utena of sneaking off with Akio. Then after confirming that they were not on a date, she asks Akio to drive her around in his car. And he says that if she has 2 hours, he'll take her. 2 hours!
Terrible.
Wakaba gets in the car.
For the planet and for these girls.
Wakaba gets in the car, but tells Utena that she can't come because you can only have a date with 2 people. Don't be a third wheel, Utena.
You can have a date with more. That's not Wakaba. Open your mind, girl. You can have more than 2 people.
There could be so many wheels. There could be 9 wheels.
That's right. I was a 9th wheel. Not that long ago. Yep. Just
the 2 of them drive off, leaving Utena alone. It's the next day, and Wakaba tells Utena how cool it was driving around with Akio. And Utena, who's totally not jealous, reminds her that Akio is engaged. And she's like, or Wakaba's just like, it was just a little date. It's no big deal. And then she accuses Utena of being jealous, which she clearly is. Anthe greets them, and Utena feels bad that maybe she has a crush on her friend's brother. She reminds herself that she has a prince and doesn't need anybody else. Utena plays basketball, but hangs on the rim too long after she thinks she sees Akio in a window and falls weird on her ankle.
You know, I will say I like that we don't see any of their faces, but this reminds me of the first episode when she's playing with the guys and they all seem to respect her and stuff. And it's like, in this moment, they're just like, oh yeah, well, feel better, whatever. None of them try to do the whole, let me try to carry you to the infirmary.
Oh yeah.
Stuff we normally see in shoujo.
They also just call her by her first name.
Yeah.
Interesting. Anthe helps Utena walk to the infirmary. I mean, I guess they also didn't help her walk to the infirmary, which they probably should have done.
Yeah.
Utena's about to tell Anthe something, but is interrupted when Akio drives into the scene. And we see that one of the candles goes out. Boop.
Is that the candlelight sound?
That's the sound that makes when candles go out. Yeah. It's like... Hope that caught on my mic well.
There we go. It's better than boop. We're not booping the candles out.
Akio takes Utena in his car and she asks if Anthe can come, but Akio says it'll ruin the date, and the 2 of them drive off as Anthe waves bye to them ominously. While driving, Utena apologizes to Akio for being a problem, and he says it's cool, they're like family. Utena, struggling for things to say, brings up Akio's upcoming wedding. She's like, yeah, Kanai's pretty cool, you know? And he agrees. I love to just remind myself that you're gonna get engaged.
Yes, I know. It's under the guise of reminding Wakaba. It's reminding herself. And I was like, well, finally we acknowledged that Kanai is an actual character, because it kept just being like Beyonce, but we didn't get much reminder that she's a character we met before.
Yeah. They go home after visiting the hospital. Akio opens Utena's door and caresses her ankle.
Oh.
Utena insists that she can walk, but he tells her not to be silly. He'll carry her, and he takes off her shoe. She calls him a playboy, saying that he's really good at making girls feel good, and says that it's kind of dangerous and like not really what the chairman should be doing.
Boo, Utena, you can't show your cards. Now he's gonna be like, oh, you're feeling feelings as a group. You're in middle school. He's a grown-ass dude with a foot fetish, clearly.
Akio compares his non-chairman-like demeanor to Utena's non-ladylike attire and says that they are so similar. Akio leaves in closer and offers again to carry her on his back, or maybe in his arms. And then he leans down to kiss her as we see the second candle go out, with Anthe appearing behind the candles holding them as like a candelabra. And also she's in the scene where they're kissing briefly.
God.
Utena and Akio kiss for a long time. That's my note.
Oh dear.
We get the Kashira Shadow Troop.
Great.
They do a skit where one girl constantly wears her red shoes and dances nonstop, and the other tells her that she needs to take them off or she'll never stop dancing. But the dancing girl says that they both have shoes and that they could have fun dancing too if they just put them on. But the non-dancing girl says that she just carries them around. And the other one's like, that's silly. Life's too short not to dance.
Also, her dance moves are pretty fun. They're like really good dance.
She does it a lot.
Yeah.
One candle remains as Utena and Anthe go to bed. Anthe asks Utena if she was hungry since she barely ate anything at dinner. And Utena's like, nah, I'm good. And then she changes the subject, saying that Wakaba told her that there's no such thing as wrong love. You can't help who you fall in love with, even if there are some people you shouldn't fall in love with. Anthe agrees that there are parts of love you can't control. Utena asks Anthe if there's anyone that she loves, and Anthe says yes, she has a prince of her own.
Yeah, you, Utena, you're the one who wants to be a prince. You're her prince. Oh, save her. God.
We cut to the highway, where Akio has given Toga Utena's shoe. Akio asks if Toga still likes Utena, and Toga says yes. He's like, she really rocked me to my core when she beat me in that duel and made me reconsider aspects of my life. Akio agrees that Utena is really great as they drive off. It's the next day, and Akio, Utena, and Anthe are having breakfast. Kanai shows up. She's not happy because she can't seem to have any screen time with Akio. She's like, how come I'm not in the show anymore? She's also brought her mother, who's come here to talk to Akio as everybody else in the scene just kind of pops out, which is great. I love that effect.
What? Okay, what is this? Because I was like, is this some magic, like, hide the young adolescent girl is he freaking living with while he's engaged to another young adolescent girl?
I like the scene because it, like, shows the levels of, like, what the power dynamic is and, like, who's still included in the scene. Because it's like, Kanai shows up, and it's like, oh, are you here to hang out? And she's like, I brought my mom. And all of a sudden, Utena and Anthe are gone, and Akio's like, oh, you brought your mom. And then we cut back, and Kanai is gone, and it's just her mom. It's like, okay, it's serious time.
Let the adults talk.
Akio and Kanai's mom talk in the planetarium. Kanai's mother asks if Akio has been avoiding Kanai and threatens to end their engagement. Akio says that he cares very deeply about Kanai and then leans in very close to her mother to show her the cologne he wears that Kanai likes so much. Then, then Akio asks Kanai's mother about her husband, who she clearly doesn't like. Akio turns on the charm and removes Kanai's mother's shoe like he did for Utena, and then kisses her leg. The blinds drop and they do something in the planetarium.
Oh dear God.
Who knows?
This is terrible. He's just going generational flings, mother, daughter, everybody. Age doesn't matter.
Age is just a number, says Akio.
Oh, terrible. Awful. Disease-bearing man, I'm sure. Freaking, as they say in this one Eminem song.
What?
He gets more ass than a toilet seat.
Okay.
Which is such a fun lyric. Oh my God, this is crazy town. Okay, sorry.
All right.
Candle.
I'm gonna keep going.
Oh. Yep, so sorry.
Elsewhere, Wakaba says that she saw Kanai in person and was blown away by how refined and pretty she was. She's like, wow, she's so cool. Utena isn't listening, though. She thinks about her kiss with Akio and tells herself that the only one for her is her prince. We see the last candle blow out as we cut to credits.
All right. Talk me through the candles, Joe.
I don't know. 3 strikes, you're out. This is how long she can hold out for.
Yeah.
Utena's sense of dedication to her imaginary prince cannot stand up to the real world weaponized charm of Akio.
This sucks. Don't love this.
You don't like this? You don't like how Akio has like completely weaponized the like ideal romantic interest from like love novels or whatever? But just in image, like just in form, because he actually sucks and hates them all.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it's like, she's a middle schooler. When I was in middle school, if a boy talked to me, I was like, oh, I like him now because he freaking talked to me. They're not equipped to, withstand such direct intentions. Oh, God.
Yep. I mean, but we also see that, like, Kanai's mother is in a dead-end marriage that she can't get out of. So the most she can hope for as a prince is a different kind of prince, but still a prince, because everybody is forced into bad situations.
Yeah, I guess that's true. She's a grown adult and also being indulgent with this.
Yep. She's got her own birdcage.
Oh, man. Well, what are your thoughts, Joe? Feelings.
Well, Akio has been gathering enough intelligence on Utena to figure out how to woo her perfectly and is just doing that now. to use it against her at some point, clearly.
Yeah.
Yep, that's it. I don't know. My thing is like, what's Anthe's deal on this? Because she seems to be aware that this is happening.
Yes. I mean, our last episode, I was like, great. Anthe's like, this is the bullshit I've been having to deal with. And now the person I care about is going to be, put through the ringer too with Akio. But I don't know. Anthony's magical. He's magic things, whatever the hell's happening. So it's like, I guess different stuff because we don't really know. I don't think they're actually siblings, or I freaking hope they aren't. But yeah, still a lot of vital information missing here, but the vibes are bad.
The vibes are bad, but he's so hot. It's evil. Why hot?
I feel like is true. But now that she's like lost it with the prince or whatever, she's in his clutches. I'm sure this is now when the prince like, well, how many? Because right at the beginning of this or whatever, we had the recap where it's like all the duels she needed to do. Like, where are we on that? Like, duels needed to free the prince or whatever that situation was.
Oh, like the duel counter? Yeah. We don't know. We don't get the number.
Where are we with that? Yeah.
But we know we're probably not at the end.
It's gotta be soon.
Because we have 9 more episodes, so there's probably gonna be more duels in there.
The prince is gonna make an appearance, and it's gonna be like, oh, this is awkward. I held out for you until like last episode. Now you show yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, we still have some duelists we haven't touched on again, right? Like, we haven't done Nanami yet. We haven't done Toga yet.
Yeah. Surely no more goof episodes, right? We don't have time for that.
I don't know. Maybe we do.
Are there any more? Oh my God, we do. Is the next one? I saw Nanami, which in the thumbnail or something, so I'm like, great. It's just going to be.
I'm not sure. Maybe not. Who knows? I don't really remember this end part as well, like what all happens. So who knows? Yeah, that's what we got left. How do we like the most stark comment that says that's like, oh, courting, heterosexual courting is all just form. If you know the moves, you can do it. Akio just knows the moves and does it again. Oh, take off their shoe and caress their leg. Yep, that works. Doing it twice in one episode. Oh, driving around in my car. Yep, I'm gonna practice that on your friend, and then I'm gonna do it to you. Pretty good, huh?
Utena, bad friend. Don't let your friend go alone with a grown-ass man when she very much seems susceptible. Oh my!
I mean, this
God.
is also like has to be. I mean, like you're saying, right? Is like they're in middle school, so they haven't experienced this before. I always think about like the famous dudes who only date really young women. You know what I mean? Like Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't date anybody over the age of 25. Is it just because of this? It's like he can just do the same bullshit. It's like a new person.
They don't know any better.
So it's like you never have to date anybody on equal footing to you because.
Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
They're always new.
Do the same thing.
It's so gross. Why would you want to date somebody who's your equal when you could date somebody that you can always have a power advantage over at all times?
Just deep-seated issues. Yeah. Yikes. Big yikes.
But it kind of works. I mean, she's now who knows? Is she going to stick with her prince?
I know. Come on, Utena. I guess it's like Utena. She acts like a prince and this and that, but she is just, a normal girl. I guess at the end of the day, is that what we're taking away here? I would like maybe we just need all this stuff to happen to actually get some like growth from Utena because she's been pretty stagnant as a character, and I would like to see something that like snaps her out of it, I guess, as everyone else has needed that to happen to them.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't fully committed, right? Because her still thing is that I'm going to act like the prince so I could find him and be close to him, right? Yeah. Like, it's still a means to an end. It isn't the end for her.
Well, because like with Christ, I forgot his name, Toga. Like when he was hitting on her at first, she was like, could he be my prince? Like she's susceptible to like thinking it could be him, but we haven't had any other scenario of her misinterpreting anyone else as him, or that she's been like actively seeking him out other than just being there.
Yeah, I mean, but like this is in the first arc with Juri, I mean, this is Juri's criticism of Utena, which is kind of true, which is like, you aren't actually being noble to be noble. You're just like role playing. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing this. This is still a means to an end to you. You're not actually being princely. You're like playing the part. But as soon as you don't have to, you're going to stop.
Yeah.
Like a false nobility is what is, the accusation Juri levered, like, which I thought, is kind of harsh, but it's a little bit true, right? Because Utena is constantly like asserting herself as, I'm normal. I'm just wearing this to be close to the prince, not because it's part of who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So there's still I don't know. She has like one foot out like she's kind of half in, half out, I feel like.
Yeah. It'd be fun to cosplay as Utena. All you gotta do is just wear long sleeve and shorts.
And you need a wig.
That's nice. Yeah, pink wig. It'd be fun.
You're gonna do the prince outfit? You want the little shoulder pad thingies?
Oh yeah, the little tassel.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That'd be good.
Or I have like a Velcro thing and then I just slap it on when it's like, okay, I'm a prince now. Like,
you don't wanna cosplay as Anthe and wear the most elaborate dress?
That does seem like a lot of, well, I don't know. I like a red dress could be easy, I guess. I gotta get a freaking the pointiest crown in the world for my head. But
yep, kind of dangerous. I mean, I guess it's like, what is it? It's more of like a coat, like a vest,
tiara. Oh,
like a vest top, and then just like a skirt bottom. I mean, it's connected, but it doesn't even necessarily need to be connected.
Yeah. Well, also, it's like, I don't know if it's, especially, with how I look, I don't know if it will read as Anthe,
I think if you wear this dress, everybody would understand.
The wig and the glasses, yeah.
Because nobody else wears a dress like this. If you just dressed up in like the school uniform, then yeah, you could be anybody at that school.
Yeah. I team that because then you don't have to wear a wig. Wearing wigs sucks.
Yeah.
There's some shitty wigs out there. Yeah. But yeah, okay. Well, any remaining thoughts on this set of episodes?
I really like Juri. I like the Juri stuff so much. Yeah. It's so sad. Yeah, I just like it when I like Juri being sad. I'm like, oh, there's Juri, the saddest girl. I am sad for you.
Her pants look very comfortable. Like her little trousers.
Yeah,
really
she's
comfy.
Styling. She needs to just beat the shit out of Toga.
Yeah, she's throwing punches. Just be better at it.
She should have like a rebellious phase is what I'm saying. She should like throw on like a leather jacket,
No, she's a fancy lady.
What's a fancy lady? What's a fancy rebellious thing?
Riding jacket.
A riding jacket like she's riding a horse?
Yeah, I don't know. She wears freaking nightgown from Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know.
She does wear a bunch of designer jewelry too. We learn in some of those episodes.
That's right.
What's a rebellious phase for like fancy ladies?
Date a guy with a motorcycle or something. I don't know. I feel like it's like hang out with people your parents don't want you to hang out with is the thing.
Yeah, but that probably implies that she has to hang out with somebody who sucks.
Yeah, she was very alone, I guess, a lot of the time.
That's true. She needs some better friends.
Truly. Just find a new girl to like an actually likable one. I don't know what the hell she was thinking falling for this chick.
It is
she sucks.
Very funny. I still can't get over like when she's like, why were you mean to Shiori, Ruka? And Ruka's like, dude, she sucks. Like, I can't be the only one who sees this, right?
Yeah. Well, I can see it also be frustrating for him because it's like, the girl I like someone else and she's not even worth liking. Be a hard pill to swallow. And it's like, look, the thing you wanted, I so easily got, which super sucks. For freaking Juri.
This thing you want is both easily obtainable and also it's trash. Why do you want this?
Gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love a love triangle where everybody kind of hates the other person in it.
Yeah.
It's great.
There's going nowhere.
I'm my most cursed love triangle, but also instead of just leaving, they all have to hang out with each other forever.
Ugh.
Cursed. Extremely
Juri,
cursed.
Oh, God. Yeah, this just seems taxing. Oh, man. Well, that's today's coverage of Utena. Yeah. And time to talk about what you our dear listeners at home can do for us.
Rate us 5 stars. Give us those stars. You gotta.
Just like, I was going to say, let me just comment here. Give us stars like the give out at the end of Mario Party, where it's like, what is this bullshit? I was waiting the whole time, and then
bonus stars. Yeah. You should do that. It helps us out. We appreciate it, when you give us stars. Good.
Yeah.
And you can write us. I don't know what to say in these. I'm getting distracted.
Okay. You're good.
Yeah.
You're just thinking about what we learned. You're just so distracted by what we learned.
I'm so distracted by what we learned. That's right. Yeah. But maybe we have a different segment. Do we have a different segment before what we learned?
Which one did you want to roll with?
I'm fine with either.
Crazy options I threw out.
Whichever one you want. I'll roll with it.
Do you have an example? Okay. Well, in this episode, let's say, this is going to be a new segment that I'm going to try and remember to think of questions in advance for, of which today I didn't until right before we started recording, but we're doing it. So, a question for each of us to answer, inspired by what transpired in the episodes. So, I'm going to ask, what was your first kiss for both of us to answer? I've got a very specific answer if you...
I don't. So that's good that you have a specific answer. My boring answer is I don't know. I had a girlfriend in high school briefly. It was probably that.
So romantic.
Sounds good.
I was 18 and I feel so bad. I feel very terrible about this now, but poor boyfriend at the time was like, cool, I've got a girlfriend. That means I can kiss her, right? And then we have our first kiss, and I just blacked out. I don't know if I was just I blacked out, and I remember being like, I hate this. I don't know what I'm doing. What is happening? And then after that, I got a lot of anxiety and basically just would dodge, bob and weave, God, no more kisses for me. And then I had a fear of kissing for 2 years after that. Fun memories.
Right. Just to let you know that it's not like in the stories.
That's right.
It's either a bad time or, in my case, so uneventful I literally don't remember it happening.
That's right.
So if for some reason any of our listeners are anxious about their first kiss, remember, it doesn't really matter.
That's right.
You kiss people. You got it back, right? You can kiss people now.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I still am a little neurotic and get a lot of anxiety about it. I'm mostly just
just remember to open your whole mouth. That helps. Just unhinge your jaw.
Okay, we're not talking about it. Okay. No, okay, bye-bye. Okay. Okay, what did we learn?
Let's see. What did we learn? What did we learn? I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's that hard to find a guy who can bake a cake. I'm going to be real. Baking a cake is not that hard.
Truly. I thought of you and I was like, Joe's going to be like, what do you mean? It's the easiest thing ever.
It's not that hard. You know what I mean? Maybe it was a fancy cake, and fancy cakes can be a little bit harder. But anybody can make a normal cake. They're very easy to do. Yeah,
box cake. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Freaking water, oil, eggs, maybe something like that.
I mean, maybe, it's they have the Japanese sponge cake. That sounds kind of hard to make. Maybe that's what they're talking about. But I don't know. I feel like anybody has got at least one cake in them, You can always make a pound cake. That's pretty easy.
So what makes something a pound cake versus a normal cake? What does that mean? Exactly.
We
Googling?
I am.
Give it a Google.
I am doing that. I think it has something to do with the flour, maybe. It's it's definitely denser. I can tell a pound cake, right? Because it's a thick dough. Or it's thicker. You know what I mean? It's not
it's not light and fluffy like angel cake.
Yeah. But normal cake can also be kind of dense. So I don't actually know what the difference is.
Regardless, you too at home could make a cake.
You could make a cake.
I can make a cake. That means literally anyone can. I made cakes as a child. Friggin', you can do it.
Yeah. Just try making a cake.
All right.
Everybody should try making a cake. It's not that hard. Don't be intimidated by it. You just need to follow directions. Honestly, it's as long as... Okay, some people don't follow directions. This is the thing. People who are I can't bake. The only reason you can't bake is because you're not following the directions. You need to read the recipe before you go and buy the ingredients, because you don't want to show up and realize you don't have an ingredient and being like, I'll just replace this with something else, because you probably can't do that. You don't know what the ingredients for. Only people who know what they're doing can do that. And it's not you, or else you wouldn't need to follow the recipe in the first place.
Yep.
I can't find easy explanation for what the difference between these two things other than pound cakes are denser.
Okay. Yep. Sounds right to me.
Also, every website ever written on the internet now is just SEO slop, and I hate it. It's like a bajillion words, and I'm like, just tell me the one line thing.
Yep.
And answer the question I'm answering. And everyone's like, oh, why don't you use the AI chatbot? Which, first off, I don't need a lie. I don't need it to lie to me. Okay. I need something that's real. So asking the quick and dirty AI chatbot to make something up does not help me.
Oh my God.
Also, fuck the AI chatbots. I don't like them. I don't like the companies that make them. I think they suck. So whatever.
My mom sent me a puppy, like, she follows some Chihuahua rescue, and she sent me an Instagram post with this puppy. And I was like, Mom, this is like an AI dog. This isn't even a real dog. It's just a fake dog you're sending me.
Yep. Slop everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I don't think Google should be able to make money from their chatbot when it's their fault that the internet sucks in the first place because their search algorithm's trash.
Ooh. What's the best search engine in your opinion?
Well, the problem is that because Google has such a monopoly on search that everybody makes their website suck to meet their
suit it.
Yeah, to like game their algorithm, which means that all the websites suck now. So it's like having a better search algorithm doesn't matter because all of the source stuff is garbage.
But did you see the movie, The Internship, or The Interns or whatever, where it's Vince Vaughn and what's his face is Google interns? Wasn't that a fun movie?
I did not see that. Is it good?
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Yes, another lovely Joe rant on the state of the world.
Yeah.
We need to make a shoujo bingo card.
Joe gets mad about AI stuff.
Yeah.
Which is kind of ironic because I do research in AI. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun. We should do that sometime.
How predictable are we?
Okay. Barry is like, does Cricket freaking interrupt the podcast? Does Sarah abruptly get up during the recording? And
do we remember to do our new segment?
Yeah, that's going to be... Oh, we'll see. Probably. I'm just going to spitball it. I'm just going to wing it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that is all for today, everyone. So we appreciate you listening, and we hope you stay tuned for next week as we start to wind down on Utena and hopefully get some freaking answers.
Yeah.
All right. See you later.
Bye.